The third party vanished. And what your soulmate just confessed will break you. Archangel Michael says, the path of your heart is sacred. Sometimes, life brings storms to test your strength, your patience, and your faith. But in the midst of confusion, clarity will always find you. My child, today's story is one that will touch the deepest corners of your heart. It is about love, betrayal, revelations, and the kind of truth that shakes your very soul. It is about what happens when someone you trusted more than yourself opens up, and the world you thought you knew collapses around you. Imagine walking into your home one evening, feeling the warmth of familiarity, only to realize that something has changed. The air feels heavier. Your soulmate, the one who promised you loyalty, suddenly seems distant, almost like a stranger standing in the same body you have loved for years. You see, sometimes life tests relationships not because love is weak, but because the universe wants to reveal what is hidden. And hidden, in your story, was a third party. Someone who intruded without permission, without conscience, and yet somehow made your heart question everything you believed. For weeks, or maybe months, small signs whispered to you. A missed call here, a vague excuse there, a shadow in your partner's eyes that you couldn't understand. Your intuition, that sacred gift, told you that something was off, but you ignored it. You told yourself, it's nothing. I'm overthinking. But deep inside, your soul knew the truth. And when the truth finally emerged, it came in a way that left no room for denial. One evening, it happened. Your soulmate sat across from you, hands trembling, eyes filled with a storm of emotions, and said the words that broke every part of you, the third party is gone. Gone, and yet the wound they left behind remains. At first, relief and anger battled inside you. Relief because the intrusion, the threat, the betrayal has ended. And anger because of the pain, the lies, and the stolen time. But as the initial shock faded, the true confession came, and it was more devastating than you could have imagined. They confessed not only to the moments of weakness but also to the fear of losing you. They confessed the guilt, the shame, and the overwhelming realization that their heart, at the very core, still belonged to you. My child, this confession is the moment that defines the future of your relationship. It is the moment when your soulmate is laid bare, vulnerable, and asking for forgiveness without words. Their soul, stripped of all pretenses, stands before you hoping you can see the truth beyond the mistakes. You may feel an array of emotions. Shock, sadness, confusion, but also a spark of hope. Because what your soulmate confesses is not just about betrayal, it is about love, about recognition of the sacred bond that exists between you, despite the chaos. But here is the secret: healing does not happen overnight. Trust that was broken, even if the third party is gone, must be rebuilt brick by brick. The universe wants you to understand that forgiveness is not weakness, it is courage. Courage to face the truth, to see love through imperfection, and to decide if the bond is worth saving. Think about the times when you and your soulmate laughed uncontrollably, shared dreams late into the night, and held each other through storms of life. Those memories are sacred threads that connect you, even when betrayal tries to cut them apart. Archangel Michael whispers softly, "Your heart knows the truth. Your soul feels the depth of love that still exists. Do not let anger blind you from seeing what is real. My child, it is natural to question everything now. Why did this happen? Could it have been prevented? Was your love not enough?" But remember, life's challenges are not punishments, they are mirrors. They reflect what needs attention, what needs healing, and what deserves protection. In this moment, you may be tempted to walk away, to protect your heart from further pain. But sometimes, the strongest love is not in running from betrayal but in choosing to face it, understand it, and see the soul beyond the mistakes. Your soulmate's confession, raw and unguarded, is a doorway. A doorway to honesty, to rebuilding trust, and to deepening the love that you both share. But it requires courage, yours and theirs. It requires the willingness to speak your truth, to set boundaries, and to allow healing to begin. Ask yourself, my child, what does your heart truly desire? Is it revenge or reconciliation? Is it fear or faith? Because the path you choose now will shape your soul, and it will shape the love that could last a lifetime. The third party may have vanished, but their shadow lingers in your mind. That is normal. Healing is not linear. You may feel guilt for your anger, sadness for what was lost, or even relief for the clarity that has arrived. Let all these feelings flow through you without judgment. They are part of your transformation. Remember, the confession of your soulmate is a gift. It is an opportunity to see them as they are, to understand their fears, and to choose together how your journey will continue. Do not rush your heart. Do not force forgiveness. Let it come naturally, with sincerity and reflection. And know this, the universe is always on your side. Archangel Michael is watching, guiding, and protecting you. Your heart, though wounded, is stronger than you think. The lessons you learn from this heartbreak will shape the love you give and receive in the future. So, my child, as you listen to these words, close your eyes and breathe. Feel the love that still exists, even in imperfection. Allow yourself to feel the pain, but do not let it consume you. And when you are ready, speak to your soulmate with honesty, compassion, and the courage to see what lies beyond the betrayal. Because sometimes, the truth, though painful, is the only path to freedom. Freedom from doubt, from fear, and from the shadows of a past that tried to break your bond. And always remember, the third party may have vanished, but the love that remains is yours to protect, nurture, and cherish. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, healing begins when you open your heart, even after it has been cracked. The cracks let the light in, my child, and through that light, love can return stronger than before. My child, after the confession, the days that follow are some of the hardest you will ever face. Your mind is a storm of questions, and your heart is a battlefield between love and fear. You replay every moment, every word, every glance, trying to understand how something so sacred could be tainted by betrayal. Your soulmate, now unburdened by secrecy, looks to you for understanding. But your heart is fragile, and every word, even whispered in apology, carries the weight of their past mistakes. You may find yourself wanting to retreat, to hide in the safety of solitude, and yet, a part of you longs to reach out, to heal, and to reclaim the love that once felt unbreakable. In these moments, Archangel Michael reminds you, strength is not in ignoring the pain, but in facing it with courage. Allow yourself to feel, to cry, to question, and then, to rise. You begin noticing small signs of change in your soulmate. Their actions speak louder than words, honesty in every conversation, patience when your heart trembles, and a quiet devotion to proving that the bond between you still matters. They no longer hide, no longer make excuses. They show up, consistently, even when it is uncomfortable or difficult. And yet, you are not obligated to forgive quickly, nor should you suppress your emotions. The path to reconciliation is a delicate dance. You must communicate your feelings openly, without anger or blame, and your soulmate must meet you in that space with sincerity. This is where true healing begins. My child, you may experience moments of doubt. Memories of the third party might appear uninvited, haunting your thoughts. But these are not signs of weakness, they are reminders that your heart is alive, sensitive, and aware. Use these moments to reaffirm your boundaries and to understand what you need to feel safe again. It is in these quiet moments, when you sit alone and reflect, that the depth of love reveals itself. You begin to remember why you fell in love in the first place, the laughter, the shared dreams, the quiet comfort of presence, and the unwavering support in difficult times. These memories, though now tinged with pain, are the foundation upon which you can rebuild trust. Archangel Michael says, "Forgiveness is not forgetting, my child. It is choosing to honor the truth of your heart and the soul of another, even after it falters. Let compassion guide you, but let wisdom lead your steps." As the days pass, you notice a shift. Conversations become more honest, vulnerability is shared without fear, and the bond that once seemed fractured begins to strengthen. You start to see not just the mistakes, but the effort, the remorse, and the genuine desire to protect your love from harm. But remember, my child, healing is not linear. There will be days when old wounds feel fresh, when trust feels fragile, and when fear whispers that history might repeat itself. These moments are tests, not of your love, but of your resilience. Lean on your inner strength and the guidance of Archangel Michael. He reminds you that your soul is capable of immense love, capable of rising above betrayal, and capable of choosing joy again. You may also discover something unexpected, a deeper understanding of yourself. Pain teaches you to recognize your worth, your boundaries, and the love you deserve. You become more attuned to what nurtures your heart and what threatens it. The experience, though harsh, refines your soul and prepares you for a love that is not fragile, but strong, honest, and enduring. My child, your soulmate's confession, and their efforts to rebuild, offer a choice. You can remain trapped in anger and resentment, or you can embrace the opportunity for growth and renewed love. The choice is yours, and it is sacred. There is power in shared vulnerability. When you speak your fears and desires without fear of judgment, and when your soulmate listens without defensiveness, a profound connection is reborn. It is a connection that surpasses superficial love and reaches into the very essence of your souls. As you walk this path together, take time to celebrate small victories. A day without arguments, a moment of shared laughter, a gesture of affection, all of these are signs that healing is happening. They may seem minor, but they are the stitches that mend the torn fabric of trust. Archangel Michael whispers, "Patience, my child. Love is not a race. Allow the heart to move at its own pace, and let healing unfold naturally. What is meant to last will endure the storms." You may also begin to notice subtle shifts within yourself. Anger may soften into understanding. Sadness may transform into empathy. Fear may evolve into faith. Not blind faith, but a conscious belief in the resilience of love and the power of honesty. And there is a lesson here that is profound. Love is not the absence of mistakes, but the presence of commitment, courage, and sincerity. When your soulmate confesses and seeks redemption, it is a chance to witness love in its most raw and authentic form. Your journey is not just about forgiveness, it is about transformation. You learn to protect your heart while remaining open. You learn to trust your intuition while honoring your emotions. And you learn that love, when tested and nurtured, can emerge stronger and more radiant than ever. My child, let this period of rebuilding be guided by intention. Set clear boundaries, communicate openly, and observe actions rather than words alone. Healing is a partnership, and both hearts must engage fully. Through it all, Archangel Michael reminds you, your soul is sacred. Protect it, nurture it, and allow love to return without fear. The scars of betrayal are not chains, they are reminders of your strength, courage, and capacity to love deeply. Eventually, you begin to feel a shift in energy. The weight of betrayal lifts, replaced by a cautious hope. Conversations are gentler, hugs feel warmer, and smiles return with genuine affection. The bond between you and your soulmate is no longer fragile, it is tempered by fire, yet refined with care. And as the shadows of the past fade, a new chapter begins. One where honesty is cherished, where love is intentional, and where every moment is valued. You realize that the third party, though painful, was never the true threat. The threat was the silence, the hidden truth, and the unspoken fears. Once exposed, these shadows dissolve in the light of confession and effort. My child, the most important truth you will learn from this journey is this: love is not perfect, but it is resilient. It can bend without breaking, heal after betrayal, and rise stronger than before. The heart, though wounded, remembers its capacity to give and receive love with depth and sincerity. And always remember, even in moments of doubt, Archangel Michael watches over you, offering guidance, protection, and the courage to choose love over fear. Archangel Michael says, "The soul that forgives is the soul that rises." The heart that loves after pain shines brighter than ever before. My child, do not fear the journey, it is leading you to the love you were always meant to have. My child, after the storm of betrayal, confession, and healing, comes a time of profound transformation. This is the moment when the shadows of the past no longer control your present, when fear no longer dictates your heart, and when the bond between you and your soulmate becomes unshakable. By now, you have witnessed the strength that comes from facing the truth. You have seen your soulmate stripped of all pretenses, showing vulnerability, remorse, and a deep desire to protect the sacred connection between your souls. And as you observe this, you realize something extraordinary. The love that endured the chaos is not the same love you had before, it is deeper, richer, and more aware. Healing has opened your eyes to the true essence of your relationship. You begin to notice details that went unnoticed before. The gentle care in your soulmate's gestures, the way they anticipate your needs, the sincerity in their eyes, and the warmth in their touch. These small moments are proof that love, when tested, can emerge stronger and more resilient than ever. Yet, my child, the final stage of this journey is about more than observation, it is about choice. You are asked to choose consciously, every day, to love fully and without reservation. Not out of fear of losing what you had, but out of recognition of what you truly have, a soulmate willing to fight for your heart, a partner committed to honesty, and a bond that has been refined by fire. Archangel Michael whispers, "Do not rush this choice, my child. Take your time. Let your heart and soul align. True love is never hasty, it is deliberate, conscious, and courageous." As the days pass, you may encounter lingering doubts. Old fears sometimes creep back, memories of the third party flashing uninvited. But now, you have tools that you did not have before: understanding, boundaries, and the ability to communicate openly without letting emotion overpower reason. You have learned to distinguish between temporary pain and the enduring truth of your love. Your soulmate, too, continues to demonstrate growth. They understand the importance of patience, trust, and consistent effort. They do not ask for instant forgiveness or blind acceptance. Instead, they honor your journey, walk beside you carefully, and make choices every day that reflect their commitment to you and your shared future. And then, something remarkable happens: the energy between you shifts completely. What was once tense and fragile becomes fluid and comforting. Conversations flow naturally, smiles return effortlessly, and moments of silence feel safe instead of heavy. You realize that trust is no longer something that needs to be rebuilt, it has transformed into something stronger: understanding and mutual respect. This stage is magical, my child. It is where the past no longer holds dominion over your present, and where love, seasoned by truth and tempered by pain, flourishes in its purest form. You see your soulmate not as someone who has made mistakes, but as a human being capable of growth, depth, and unwavering love. Archangel Michael says, "Every heartache, every confession, every tear was never wasted. It was preparation for a love that can endure anything." Your souls have been tested and have chosen each other, stronger than before. In this time of renewal, you may also find your own spirit transformed. You have become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. You understand that love is not about perfection, it is about commitment, honesty, and the courage to face challenges together. You are no longer the person who feared betrayal, you are the person who knows their worth and will not settle for anything less than authentic, reciprocal love. And then comes the final, undeniable truth: your bond is sacred, unbreakable, and eternal. The third party is gone, their shadow dissolved, and the only presence that remains is the love that you and your soulmate have nurtured together. What once threatened to destroy you has now revealed the depth, resilience, and power of your connection. My child, it is at this moment that the full weight of the journey becomes clear. You realize that every tear, every sleepless night, every heartbeat filled with uncertainty was necessary. Without the trials, you would not have discovered the strength, honesty, and love that exists now. Your relationship has transformed from fragile attachment to a profound partnership of souls. And as you embrace this new chapter, Archangel Michael reminds you of one final truth: the love you share now is not measured by absence of mistakes, but by presence of commitment. By choosing each other after pain, your souls have found a love that will endure for lifetimes. You may look at your soulmate and see not only the person you love but also a mirror of your own growth. Each of you has faced your fears, confronted your emotions, and allowed vulnerability to bring you closer than ever. And in that shared courage, the bond of your souls becomes a force that cannot be shaken by anything external. From this moment on, your love is different. It is deeper, more compassionate, and more intentional. Every word carries meaning, every touch carries warmth, and every shared moment is treasured as a reminder of what you have overcome together. The confession that once broke you has now become the foundation of a love that is unbreakable. Archangel Michael whispers, "Celebrate this love, my child. Honor it, nurture it, and protect it. You have been given a gift, a second chance to experience love in its most profound form. Do not take it for granted. Let it shine brightly, illuminating the path of your life together. And so, as you move forward, my child, remember this. Life will always present challenges, but the strength of your love, the courage of your heart, and the lessons learned from betrayal will guide you. You are no longer afraid, because you know the truth: love, when nurtured with honesty and devotion, is unstoppable. Take each day as it comes. Cherish the small moments. Speak your truth openly and kindly. Continue to watch over your soulmate and allow them to watch over you. And most importantly, remember the journey that brought you here. The trials, the confessions, the healing, and the transformation. Each step has led you to a love that is not just enduring, but sacred and eternal. My child, the third party has vanished, the confessions have been made, and what remains is love in its purest form. Guard it, honor it, and allow it to flourish, for it is the love that was always meant to be. And always remember, Archangel Michael walks beside you, guiding, protecting, and filling your heart with courage. He whispers that your soul, after enduring the storm, has been reborn into a love that can weather anything, shine in any darkness, and remain steadfast through all of life's trials. The journey of love is not easy, my child, but the reward is greater than you could ever imagine. The love you now share, strengthened by truth, tested by adversity, and solidified by forgiveness, is eternal. And in this love, your hearts have found peace, joy, and the promise of a future unshaken by shadows of the past.